Kristi Noem has no idea what's inside her book. You won't believe what we just found out. And I'm going to break down why this is actually important for the Republican Party.
I'm not control myself right now.
Talk about meeting some world leaders, and one specific one. Quote, I remember when I met with North Korean dictator Kim Jung Un. I'm sure he underestimated me, having no clue about my experience staring down little tyrants. I've been a children's pastor after all.
Yeah.
Boom.
Did you meet Kim Jung Un?
Roasted.
Well, you know, as soon as this was brought to my attention, I certainly made some changes and looked at this passage. And I've met with many, many world leaders. I've traveled around the world as soon as it was brought to my attention.
Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday!
We went forward and have made some edits. So I'm glad that this book is being released in a couple of days and that those edits will be in place and that people will have the updated version.
So you did not meet with Kim Jung Un. That's what you're saying.
You know, I've met with many, many world leaders. I've traveled around the world. I think I've talked extensively in this book about my time serving in Congress, my time as governor, before governor, some of the travels that I've had. I'm not going to talk about my specific meetings with world leaders. I'm just not going to do that.
Don't do that.
This anecdote shouldn't have been in the book, and as soon as it was brought to my attention, I made sure that that was adjusted.
Exactly.
So,
why aren't more people encouraging like me?
Exactly, you freaking idiot. I just love this, that she's like, I'm not going to talk about, specific details with world leaders on this stage. I'm just going to write it in a book, and I'm going to make it up. No going back. You know what, Kristi? Yeah, there's no going back from these interviews and, stories about you killing puppies and now stories about you meeting a leader that you've never met in your life and you stared him down like a child's pastor that was a kid that was asking to go pee in the bathroom and you're like, fine, 5 minutes, but be right back. Like,
I'm so lonely.
Why this is important. Why, okay, Republicans, why this is important. We need to weed out some of these terrible people that aren't on their toes. And if somebody is willing to have somebody write a book about themselves to put out, to make money, and they're not even reading it, just the idea, okay, when she says, this was brought to my attention, you didn't read your own book. If somebody's writing a book about me that I'm paying, write a book about me, never backing down, Derek Oshea, I'm going to read it before it gets put out there. Because I'm going to make sure my ghostwriter or whoever's writing for me isn't some left-wing nut job or somebody that's trying to ruin my career or just some dumb kid who's just like, I'm an English major. I'll write a book for you. Just give me some rubric outline and I'll embellish a little bit. I'm sure they would told her, like, embellish the writing a little bit, make me look a little good. Obviously, you might say, hey, Derek, how dare you say that? Well, there's obviously passages in this that aren't very savory in this book. There's obviously things that didn't actually happen to make her look better. I mean, this is such a crazy point. Republicans, we need better leaders. I am so sick of these Republican leaders getting into office and then either being two-faced or just looking absolutely ridiculous. If I was her in this interview, don't spin it in the political sense. You're not a politician in a lot of people in the right's eyes. You seem like a back home country girl. So what you say is, you know what? That did get put in the book and I have no idea. Just laugh about it. If you were to laugh about some of these circumstances, maybe things would change. Maybe. But if you take it seriously and then you spin it in interviews, you're going to look worse because you look insane now. You look untrustworthy. And which is so much of how I feel towards the Republican Party. I don't trust Republicans because they have tickled my ears for almost my whole life. I'm from South Carolina, okay? So my ears have been tickled by Lindsey Graham over and over again. Tim Scott, Nikki Haley. I have heard the rhetoric. I'm done with the rhetoric. I'm done with the right speech. Even on the right. Even if you claim to be like this American first politician, you're, a populist in a sense, I don't believe you at first. because I know you know what to say to make your base go crazy. And so even I want you guys, do you agree with me? Please get in the comments below. Please let me know. Because I read the comments, by the way. And I try to respond as much as I can. Are you at the place now where you just don't believe any politician? Like when they say the right things? Because I am in the place where you got to believe a little bit, because you don't want to be too black-pilled, but you're very cognizant and cautious about trusting some of these people when they get in the power. That's why you're not going to see me go around when politicians like Trump or DeSantis, whatever candidate, I don't care as much what they say, but when they get into office, what they do. So I'm never going to be, a candidate's apologist, because I don't trust them. Unless they actually have a proven track record of being true to their word, or doing the right thing. So that's what I'm trying to get at with this video. It's not a slam piece on Kristi Noem, Nikki Haley. Oh my God, all those Republican women blend together in my book. I'm just kidding. It's not like some kind of slam thing, which is what the left is going to be, because she looks absolutely stupid in this interview. Let's just be real. She looks dumb. She looks crazy. She looks like a liar. This is a call out on Republicans. Do better. Pick better. I'm sick of these crappy candidates. And if somebody writes a book about you, for you, and that you're putting it out for the world to see, read that book before it gets put out. Read that book before, sections get put out there. Because then she can go out and say, my ghostwriter wrote this for me, and my ghostwriter was fired because she started adding in stuff in the book that I didn't even tell her to add. You know what I mean? That could be a better talking point than, I met with tons of world leaders everywhere. I'm a country girl. We shoot puppies. Have a wonderful day. God, please like, share, subscribe.